Today we are diving into fascinating topic, paradox. And one example, barber paradox. What is paradox? A paradox is a self-contradictory statement or situation that challenges logic but often reveals deeper truths. Now let's dive into barber paradox. Imagine a small town with a single barber who follows a strict rule. The barber shaves all those, and only those who do not shave themselves. Now ask this simple question. Who shaves the barber? If the barber shaves himself, he violates his own rule because he only shaves those who don't shave themselves. If the barber doesn't shave himself, then according to the rule, he must shave himself because he shaves those who don't shave themselves. This creates an inescapable logical contradiction. Why it's a paradox. The barber paradox is a self-referential problem that arises when we try to apply a rule universally. It creates a loop with no resolution, where the barber cannot logically fit into either group. He can't shave himself, and he can't not shave himself. This paradox highlights the limits of logic and language when dealing with self-reference. At its core, the barber paradox forces us to think about 1. Self-reference and circular logic. How do systems deal with self-inclusion? 2. Logical inconsistencies. What happens when rules contradict themselves? 3. The limits of definitions. Can everything always fit neatly into one category or another? Real-life examples of the barber paradox. 1. Set theory in mathematics. Russell's paradox. The barber paradox is actually a simplified version of a famous mathematical paradox discovered by Bertrand Russell. Imagine a set of all sets that do not contain themselves. If such a set exists, does it contain itself? If it does, it violates its own rule. If it doesn't, then by definition, it must contain itself. This paradox helped mathematicians rethink the foundations of set theory. 2. Logical systems. Any rule-based system, like computer programming or law, can run into similar contradictions when self-reference is involved. For example, if a program checks whether it belongs to a list of programs, can it check itself without creating an infinite loop? 3. Social rules. Imagine a society where a rule applies to everyone, including the person enforcing the rule. For example, no one should judge themselves. What happens when the judge needs to decide if they are following this rule? Conclusion. The barber paradox is more than just a fun brain teaser. It's a window into deeper issues about logic, self-reference, and the structure of rules.